Howdy y'all, I have a DualShock 4 controller here that could use a little bit of maintenance. It's a bit grimy, could use some cleaning, and also the battery in it doesn't hold any charge. So I'm gonna open it up, clean it, replace that battery, and also gonna give it a USB-C mod. Now I've already taken the battery out of this thing because I needed to test to see what board was in it. That and the battery was bloated too. Because USB-C mods require you to know what board is currently inside it. So don't be surprised when I open this and there's not immediately a battery inside. Now from the looks of it, I might have just broke one of the triggers. Yep, I absolutely did. Great. Well, I might be able to fix that with some super glue, but we'll see. Now this is really kind of annoying. They go and they solder the rumble motors to the board itself. It's a little bit harder to do maintenance. And I'm going to be swapping out the circle glyph buttons with some ones that are just white instead. Now I don't think this is going to need to be retrobrighted. I think it's just going to need to be cleaned up. And then I'm just going to have to super glue that one part back on. Funny enough, I might not need that. It might just be fine. I mean, it's going to be a little bit wobbly, but I should still try to fix it if I can. Okay, I'm going to go give everything a clean off camera real quick. So just quick before and after. So this is it before and after. Yeah, it didn't need a retrobrite, just needed a bit of a cleanup. One thing I'm really gonna have to clean up is this. Well, in the aspect of, I don't want micro, I want USB-C. This here was the old board. You put that in like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim that down a little bit. First though, I should probably super glue that piece back on here just so that it can dry while I do that. There you go, should give that a little bit of time to fuse and dry. Ooh, that's a lot of glue. Ooh. Well, okay, well that's drying. Let's get the filing. So here's the USB-C one. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more room. Let me kind of look at the difference between these two anyway. Yeah, USB-C is definitely bigger. Well, it's working. Really looks like I'm gonna have to file away the inside of this part too. Is that enough room now? Yep, there we go. Could use a little bit more cleaning there just to kind of finish it up. That should be good. And now comes the part where we reassemble everything. Here just comes one of my least favorite parts, reattaching ribbon cables. Just a little bit there to hold it down, and a little bit right here just to secure it in. In fact, let's get one more piece just to go down that way. Well, I hope me cutting that piece of tape right there didn't just cut some traces, but I guess we're about to find out. Now I think we can start placing these things back in here. Share doesn't feel that great. I was never really a fan of how these ones here feel. Now comes the fun part where I have to put the springs back in. Well, I hope the other part's dry because it's time for it to get its stress test. Actually, it is still drying a little bit. I should give it some time. Well, the controller itself should be mostly back together now. I think we have enough together to be able to do a quick test. So let's go get the 1.4 and can hook this up and do a Steam input test. Well, I didn't break the LED, that's good. Oh man, I hope I didn't cut the trace for USB-C power delivery. Let me try on the Steam Deck. Well, I think I've determined the fault. It might be the battery because, well, I mean, it could also be the board. I was just testing that with this, but I was not getting anything with this battery, so I have the old one in there right now. Every time I try to do something simple, it takes so much longer than I initially thought. Okay, USB-C here. Can you connect if I do this? Okay, it's not connecting. I must have ruined the traces on this PCB. It's been a few days, got some more parts, and a new board, and I've already put it on. Let's hope that this one actually works a little bit better. So we're gonna need the Steam Deck just to test the controller with. And just for fun, let's use the USB-C cable that came with the PS5 that I put a 3D printed little thing on. First, we're just gonna test to see if the USB-C works on this. Ooh, that's bright. Yes! Oh, thank goodness. Can I do a controller test real quick? Yeah, it knows it's a PS4 controller. Okay. Oop. Oh, no. Okay, let's try that again. Wait, does pressing share, like, hold that to exit? But I'm pressing share. Ooh, it can even test that? That's neat. Okay, so wired works. What about Bluetooth? Well, it says press and hold the share button. Oh, that was apparently reset on the controller. Well, I did not know the DualShock 4 controllers had a reset button inside. Oh, hey, and there it is. I don't know what I did, but evidently we're paired. Yep, and it knows it's a PS4 controller. Perfect. Well, time to reassemble this. Well, also, while I'm at it, might as well fix that trigger that I messed up. I believe it was the right trigger. Oh, yeah, it absolutely was. I ordered myself some extra right triggers. Here we go. Okay, finally got that in, so let's reassemble the rest of the thing. Thankfully, there's not much else we need to reassemble. I won't need that wire because that's for a different generation of controller. I need to find something to stick this down with. See if I have any adhesive, that'd be good. Here we go, use the tiniest bit of this little putty stuff. There you go, a little blob of that should keep it secure, combined with putting this thing on top. Now it's just a matter of retouching the back, and from there we should be good to go. Unfortunately, I don't really have like a sticker to put on the back of this, and there wasn't really one to start with. Well, with the exception of the battery, the USB-C board, the R2, and, well, these buttons here, everything else in here is first party. Well, we should be back in action. And now this really matches my Win 4. Though I guess I could have gotten white triggers for this. It's fine. I kind of like it like this better anyway. Well, since I already have it paired on the Steam Deck, let's use that just to test with. Oh, no, I don't think the ribbon cable is properly connected. Dang it, I have to take it apart again. This is why we should test before we put the screws back in. Especially because, you know, you keep doing this, eventually you'll strip the screws. Oh, now it powers on. Okay, guess it just wasn't fully seated. Okay, before I put the screws back in, we are doing test. We're gonna do Bluetooth test. I feel like somehow I'm pressing the reset button. Why did they put the reset button right behind here? Well, I'm gonna need to find a way to clear that reset button, because otherwise that's gonna be very annoying. What's probably happening is I'm guessing the ribbon cable itself is getting caught where that needs to go. There we go. Now it's not resetting whenever I press the share button. So basically the ribbon cable is getting stuck right where that hole is where you would reset the controller. So yeah, apparently PS4 controllers have those resets. All right, let's see how fast I can get through E1M1. Ooh, the controller vibrates whenever I shoot in this version of Doom. I can get through it real fast on this. 15 seconds, not bad. Good controller. Well, I'm glad I have the USB-C on this now, and, you know, it kind of fits the aesthetic of everything else here. If there's any other controller mod videos you'd like to see me do, let me know, because despite some of the frustration I had with this, it's actually still pretty enjoyable. And now I can charge this with a modern connector. But that's gonna be it for now. So long, y'all.